That's not half bad, though, is it?
Some call Arnold Abbott a living saint.
God bless you.
Okay.
You're doing very good, my man.
Others say he's a troublemaker.
Are you going to leave the park, sir?
When I finish feeding my friends, I will leave.
In either case, the 70-something-year-old has become embroiled in a food fight, challenging Fort Lauderdale's law prohibiting people from feeding the homeless in public places, something Abbott has done for the past 8 years.
It's not appropriate for social services to be provided in a city park on an ongoing basis.
There are 5,000 homeless in Fort Lauderdale. The city would prefer that they only be fed here at the Homeless Assistance Center. Arnold Abbott disagrees. The city has issued Abbott summonses, threatening him with arrest 3 times.
Again, I must advise you to cease and stop what you're doing.
Let's say you get a disability check. If others provided you food and you were alcoholic, you can use your disability check to feed those addictions. It enables people to continue to live a destructive lifestyle.
So far, he remains unintimidated and has filed a countersuit charging the city with discrimination against the homeless.
My belief is that the city of Fort Lauderdale wants to perpetuate the picture of a city without any poor.
Abbott isn't your average homeless advocate. He spent most of his life in the Northeast as a successful jeweler before moving to Fort Lauderdale 29 years ago.
I want to make sure that it's not out of date.
In 1991, his wife died suddenly and tragically. Maureen was the love of his life, and in the hospital she left him with a dying wish to make helping the homeless his life's work.
She was my inspiration for the program.
The program is called Love Thy Neighbor and includes feeding the homeless every Wednesday night on Fort Lauderdale's main beach, a beach known for hot sun, skimpy bathing suits, and the emerald-colored waters of the Atlantic Ocean.
The tourist industry is important to the city of Fort Lauderdale, and I think they feel that the homeless in some way deteriorate the picture of their beach.
Some are going to call you mean, ruthless, and that you're really not allowing somebody to care for the most downtrodden people in our society. What do you say to that?
We don't believe that's the case. What we're saying is that those people that want to provide social services need to do it in a responsible way, and part of that is conducting it within a building and appropriate zoning.
Abbott points out that the city allows others to feed at the beach. Ironically, the day cops tried to stop him, Oliver Stone's production company was serving lobster to cast and crew just yards away. Arnold says if it's good for a Hollywood producer, it's good for the homeless, and they love him for it.
Look what he's doing for the homeless. Nobody else is doing it. Nobody else is trying to do it. He's trying. He's willing to go to jail for us.
If it wasn't for him, I would be dead.
At 5, his mother poured hot oil on his arms to torture him. 10 years ago, he couldn't read and was living on the street. Robert Galoza is one of Abbott's success stories.
Love Thy Neighbor got an apartment for me and got me a job and got me into school.
The pattern of my life has always been to work for the underdog. I've done it all my life.
But not everyone is singing Arnold's praises, particularly people who live near the homeless.
Well, it's really kind of disgusting when you come home from work or you get up in the morning and these people are sleeping right here in front of you, and they've got their blankets and their bags and all kind of goodies for the day, and they're drinking and smoking out there.
We did have to call the police, and because we were nervous about their behaviors. I mean, they were doing some things here that we didn't like it at all.
The courts will now decide what will happen at the beach. The city wants a quick solution, but for Arnold Abbott, feeding the homeless has become a life's work.
Well, I don't know how many years I have left, but I intend to devote the remainder of my life to helping the homeless.
In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Douglas Kennedy, Fox